Hello, welcome to On the Creative Road. I'm Brenda Harris, and this is day 6 of 30 days of art warm-ups. And today is gonna be a little bit like weightlifting. We're going to be working on our line work. So we're gonna do some straight lines, some zigzags, some circles, and just kind of strengthen our line work skills as our warm-up, okay? I think sometimes I bypass this and I just jump straight into my drawing, but no matter what, you're constantly practicing. You're always, anytime you're drawing anything, whether it's a doodle or a longer drawing, the more you do it, the better you get. The more often you do it, the better you get. So if you do this little warm up every day, it's just gonna benefit you. It's just a quick way to kind of get the muscles warmed up and give you a little confidence before you start a bigger project. All right, let's get started. All right, I want to show you some examples of some line art that I've done. Here is a cabbage and a bell pepper and basil. And I want to show you something really cute. So I drew this. This is actually for a banner. There's a local community garden that asked me to do their banner that was displayed at the front of the garden on the fence by the gate. And I drew all these items and then put them together afterwards. So I had scanned it, and when I wasn't looking after I scanned it, my daughter, who at the time was a toddler, did those adorable marks. And so in the moment, I was kind of like, oh no, but luckily I had already scanned it. And now I just think it's like the cutest thing ever. But what we're gonna do today, I feel like really helps my line work. It basically is just, it's like if you went to the gym and you wanted to just go for a quick jog or do some push-ups or, just do some weightlifting. It's just kind of to like strengthen those muscles, right? And it's allows me to practice making straight lines, making textural lines. Just, it makes me more confident in my mark making. And it's fun too. It's just fun. So first I'm gonna start with straight lines. Oh, I'm gonna put the timer on because I get lost a little bit in my work, and it just helps having, yesterday I did the same thing because I thought if I don't start a timer, I'll just go on forever and it'll be like an hour-long video, and I wanna make sure I keep these to 10 to 15 minute videos. So timer's on, not to freak us out, just to kind of keep us in a boundary of time. And okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start with just straight lines. And I'm gonna try to put them fairly close together. And so right away, my brain is being called to action. My brain is being called to focus on how far apart I'm placing these lines. Now, if you're going slower, if you are going like this, just so you can keep the line in control and your placement is in control, that's okay. That's totally normal. I work a little faster because I've practiced and done this so many times. So it really is a muscle, although that's kind of wonky right there. I'm gonna try to keep this one on point. Now let's do some zigzags. So now we're adding this element of interest here. It's not just a straight line. We're having to create some shapes here. And let's try to keep them fairly even spacing in between the zigzags. We're not going for perfection. It's not perfection. Like when you're doing yoga, you fall down sometimes. You're not going for perfection. It's just practice. It's just warm up. It's just, gaining control of your skill here, your drawing skills. Right? Do one more zigzag.
Zigzag's fun. I like doing the zigzag. Okay. Now we're gonna do some waves. Okay, this is a little bit looser of a line. And I know I'm working kind of diagonally today. This is like impossible. No, I feel like everybody has their style. It doesn't matter. However you're doing it, you don't have to do it how I'm doing it. Do what's comfortable, basically. You know, we all have a different way of handling our pencil, holding our pencil. My husband laughs at me because I hold it like this. We'll talk. I have a different warm up for another day about your wrist and how you hold your wrist, but don't worry about that right now. Just focus on your line. So we're going to do a wave here. And this is a little bit, I don't want to say tricky. It's not tricky, but since it's a little wonkier and looser, it could feel kind of strange to you. It's like water. It's like, ooh. And we can do bigger ones. And that really gets your brain working. Whew. Yeah, let me try to smooth these lines out. Let me go slower because there's some points to those. It's like I was trying to do zigzag and I'm not doing a zigzag. I'm just doing that water wave. Ooh, we're getting better. Yep. And at the end, I'm going to do loops. So I'm going to cross over my line. This is fun. This is like a, ooh, like a, you know, when you get to like the end of your workout and you kind of do like a final little like slower pace. It's like ease, loops, loop-de-loop, curly hair. Now I just feel like I have to add a zigzag in here. There's a little space waiting for something there, so I put that in. Cool, so that's just a fun little exercise. And now we're going to do circles, okay? And again, it's hard to make a circle. Especially when I'm with kiddos doing these kind of exercises, they see my circles and they always react like, wow, you can make a really good circle. And I think to myself, I've been making circles for a long time. So I've had a lot of that practice. And so if you're new to drawing or you know, you're just out of practice, then go easy on yourself, but try to make a circle, an even circle, okay? See, and mine was wonky. Mine wasn't perfect. But, you know, if you have like a circle that looks more like an oval, like no big deal. It's not a big deal at all. That's why you practice. You know, practice the oval shape. I've come to realize that most things are just ovals and circles, you know. I'll flip this over when I'm drawing a body and I'm just doing a quick drawing. You know, I have the head and it's a circle or an oval. And then I have like the chest shape and it's essentially an oval. Or maybe it's longer and it's like a longer, taller oval. And then let's say we have the middle hip area, you know, and this is how you can get different body shapes too. And then let's do like a thigh and the bottom with the foot and the arms. And I'm not even thinking about proportion or anything, but you know, this is like the base of a person. It's just all these ovals. It's silly. He's like, hey, he's like falling down. But you know, it's basically just all ovals and shapes, or even when you're doing animals. I'm sorry, get off track. This is like a tangent. But that's why I love practicing my ovals, and I love practicing, let's do a bean shape. My ovals and circles, and because most things are just kind of at its basic form, either a triangle or square or an oval. So why not practice those over and over again? And your brain just gets used to making, let's make a pear shape. And you can go over your lines almost like a racetrack. I'm gonna do longer, smaller. Let's just fill in these spaces. And maybe a little bean shape here that goes around this corner. All right. I'm gonna flip this. I did that. I'm gonna flip this and do something on this side. So we have about 2 minutes left. And so I'm gonna finish by kind of combining these two things, right? So I did kind of rounder, circles, ovals, bean shape, zigzags, lines, swirls. So now I'm gonna incorporate that in a little drawing. So I'm gonna start with a little circle, and I'm gonna put a couple of these circles, smaller circles, around randomly. I did 5. And now I'm gonna get bigger. So it's almost like a bullseye. And I am taking more care. It's not as loose as it was when I was just playfully making them over here. I'm being a little bit more, you can tell my pencil's getting a little flatter on that side. So I'm just going around all the little circles I just made. It doesn't matter how big you make the bullseye. You can make them small or wide or big. It doesn't matter how many circles you do around it. And then now I'm gonna come with a line, maybe that loops around. I'll put one inside here. And then maybe I have a little goofy shape here. So I went in and around the circle and out. So I'm just gonna do that with the whole thing. And it's just a playful exercise. Doesn't have to look a certain way. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out. I'm just letting my brain make sense of this. I'm not trying to control it. I'm just letting myself flow. Maybe there's a little wonky shape that comes in here. Like it needs a little bubble to fill in those spaces. Maybe I have, see, this is what I mean by just letting your brain play, because my brain was like, what if I fill that in a little bit, you know? And so I added those little spots. But those things come to you when you're just being playful and you're not trying to control the outcome, which I think the warm-ups that we've done so far help with that skill to just kind of loosen up and not let your whatever you're doing get too precious. Like, it's okay. It's just a drawing. It's just a workout. It's not meant to be this gorgeous ballet dance, right? I do have drawings where I want to get more serious and I'm a little more controlling of the outcome, I guess. You know, I have a specific idea, something I'm trying to achieve, and that's fine for those situations. But for warm-ups, we're just letting ourselves be free. It's just fun. It's just practice. Just a stretch of our drawing skills. And whether we realize it or not, our brain is remembering what this feels like. It's remembering these motions that we're making. So it's muscle memory, kind of. These circles, I like smeared it up with my wrist, but that's okay. It's like when you sweat when you're working out, right? I got a little messy there, and that's fine. And it's kind of a cool design. So that's our line work for today. Just a little bit of fun doodles there. All right, so I look forward to tomorrow, and tomorrow we're gonna do some shading. We're gonna work on our shading skills. All right, see you tomorrow.